Welcome to July's Tech Topic on what's new with Office 2010, Windows 7, and Internet Explorer 8. And with a grain of salt, since we're not quite sure how ComIT will roll everything out, we'll talk about why, we'll talk about Office 2010 and some specific programs within it. We'll look at some changes to Windows 7 and IE8, and also some additional resources you can use if you want more information. So why this topic and why now? When SAM gets upgraded on the public computers, which is scheduled to begin in September, it comes with Windows 7, IE8, and Office 2010. We want you to be comfortable with what's new with these programs so you can start helping customers right away. These upgrades will also come to staff computers at a later date, but for now, these will come first to the public computers. So what's new with Office 2010? Probably the biggest change is what they're calling the backstage view. There's also a new print and print preview function, new inserting screenshots options, new options for smart art graphics, and also more ability to customize the ribbon. Okay, so the backstage view is basically the combination of the Office button, which we saw new in 2007, with the File menu that we saw in 2003. So everything that you would do with one of those options, which includes creating new documents, saving, closing, opening, printing, all of that, is now done through a tab called File, and you would use that in the top left corner to access all of those different commands. The print and print preview functions, which are now under the File tab in the top left corner, also combine some things that used to be in separate boxes or windows. So now when you do File and Print, you'll get not only the print options in the middle pane, but you'll be able to see the preview on the right-hand side of the screen, which is very nice and convenient. And while you'll probably not get many questions from customers about inserting screenshots, this is one feature that I was very excited about. So look forward to it when it comes to the staff computers. And basically when you hit the Insert tab in the ribbon, not only will be able to insert pictures and clip art and things like that as we have in the past, but there's going to be a new option for screenshots. So it'll give you thumbnails of what's available based on what you have open on your computer, or you can customize. So that's pretty cool. You also probably don't get many questions about smart art graphics, but apparently in 2010 you're also going to be able to incorporate your own pictures into these smart art graphics so you can make it even more meaningful for your audience, regardless of what program you're using. And while probably not going to be available on the public side, when we get Office 2010 on staff computers, we'll be able to customize the ribbon. So we can add tabs, we can add or remove items from certain tabs. We'll be able to make it a lot more functional for the way we use these programs. So what's new with Word 2010? What we've learned is that there's going to be more formatting text tools, more picture editing tools. There's going to be a new copy and paste preview function, and something called a navigation pane, which is similar to what we see in PowerPoint now, where you get that left-hand navigation area where you can click and highlight and drag pieces of your document around within that pane instead of having to scroll through pages upon pages in your Word document. It'll be much easier to move things around within basically what's an outline, which should be fairly nice and more efficient. With PowerPoint 2010, we'll see a new tab that separates transitions from animations. Remember, transitions are how one slide changes to the next, and animations determines how text and objects appear on the slide. We also have enhanced photo editing tools coming. We'll actually be able to embed, edit, and play audio and video in slide, which I'm very excited about. We'll be able to add sections for very long presentations, and we'll be able to save our files as Windows Media Video, which will be much easier for sharing. Excel 2010 has a couple new features. Sparklines allows you to embed charts within a single cell, so you can not only have your raw data displayed, but you can show visually the trends in a very easy fashion. The slicer tool is basically the filter function, and based on the parameters that you select from the menus on the right, your data will display only those items that you've selected. With Windows 7, we have something called the Explorer button, which visually displays a lot of different things that are currently in several different places. So you can see your computer and all the associated drives that you have available. You can see details to recent documents that you've worked on. You can add folders to your favorites so you can get to things easily, and you even have a search box. There's also something called a jump list. So if you right-click on a program icon in the taskbar at the bottom of the screen, it'll list the files that you have had open recently. The arrow feature allows you to hover your mouse over a program icon and you can get a thumbnail of files that are currently open in that program. With Internet Explorer 8, you get a couple new things, including the autocomplete when you type in addresses in the URL box at the top of the browser. You also have improved tab browsing. You have an inline find option, which is basically the search box for finding text within the website that you're currently looking at. There's also something called accelerators, where you can right-click on certain words that have the icon next to it and get options for emailing or getting definitions or searching those terms in other places. One option you may never see is called web slices, which apparently is like an RSS feed where a creator can establish it so that people who visit the website can monitor changes just to those sections. You also get a visual search suggestions option within the search box that's located in the top right-hand corner of the browser. Okay, so if you or your customers want more information about these programs or other technology-related topics, there's now a technology education page on the library's website. This will actually have additional features once we switch over to SharePoint. From the technology education page, you'll see a link called Self-Paced Learning, and that's where you'll get a very good list of resources, including videos, tutorials, and other websites that give you instruction and additional information on these programs or topics. And I want to give a big shout out to the technology training team, which created this list and helped me with this presentation. As always, thanks for watching this tech topic presentation, and please let me know if you have questions. Thanks very much and have a great day.